Greg Oz, and now Larry Mitchell on electric guitar.
everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. And I am here still in Solana Beach at the official house. Scott and Melissa. And let's see, who do we have on here? Twitch and DFW, your 85-year-old mom is getting a new hip next week. Ooh. Ouch. I hope that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Steven Famillo on Twitch and DFW on Twitch in Dallas. Steven's in Kansas. Yes, best wishes for your mom. Hey May Sam in Boston on Facebook. Steven, you're doing 1.5 miles the last 5 days, far from 7-minute miles, but it's time to get back. Yeah, I'm right with you. I have an easier time doing it on Can you hear the roosters? Hey Brett. Brett just had a hip. I know so many people just got new hips. Yeah, Brett just had a new hip. All right. Hey Brett in Oregon. Let's see who else is watching here today. Stuart says hello. Ginny Thompson in Montgomery on Twitch. Brett's in Oregon on Twitch. May Sims in Boston. Stevens in Kansas. Evo and Wasabi. Hello. All right. What do you call it? Where is it? Here it is. So I am opening for Wasabi this Saturday, June 20th at I can't pronounce it. Pano Valley. I can't read it. Pomo Valley Winery. Evo, help me out. Is it Pamo or Pomo? I'm opening for Wasabi in Ramona, California, and then I'm going to sit in and shine and jam with these guys. Without the rooster. Felicia Harding, Sheridan, Wyoming. Hello. Margaret's on in Atlanta on YouTube. Zek606 is on YouTube. Braxel in Dallas is on YouTube. You broke down and had a small slice of chocolate cake, and now you're paying for it. Ouch. Sorry, Braxel. Kelly Killingsworth. Hello. Thank you. Jeannie Thompson, like they said, like Bonnie Troy in Pensacola, Florida. Hello, Bonnie, on YouTube. Tom K in Colorado on YouTube. Terry Clark. Terry Clark, Florida in the house on Facebook. Debbie in Seattle. Present entertaining guest here for the summer. Nice. Hello to Debbie and her guest. Hope you guys are having a good time there. Jeannie Thompson, what's the name of this song? Maybe it was Fairies and Dragons, maybe. Felicia, you had your dog on a diet for a month and lost 2 pounds. Hey, Mickey's on Shell Burger in LA, not far from here. Depending on traffic. Jeff Valenta is on Live to Fly channel. Good evening. Live to Fly. All right. Welcome. Braxel was the first person to comment. Hi, Braxel. Jeannie, I used to be able to do that, but it's hard. It's hard enough just to select a song. I don't know if some of you guys remember. We got to go way back. Remember, I've been doing Tuesday nights for 10 years, almost 10 years now. I think it's 10. And then Sunday nights since COVID, so 6 years of Sunday nights. There was, in the early days, when I used to have the camera on a tripod, one phone, and I used to select the songs from an iPad. I was talking to someone. I left the fractal, my pedal board, on one song, because I use one song per song, one preset per song. And I was talking, and someone suggested another song, so I said, yes, let me play that song. I hit the wrong song on the iPad. I was on the wrong song on the pedal board, and I had the other original song in my head. So none of it was right. I was playing, and it was so confusing that I had to just stop. Usually I can just go, oh, all right, well, I'll just do this. Can I make this work with this preset? Yes, I could do that, blah, blah, blah. This was absolutely... No, this was just shut it down and start over. Pick a song. 4 things are going on. Just pick a song. Yeah, Jeannie. Sometimes I could do it, but it's really hard. And sometimes I change my mind. Like I would have to. There's barely enough room for all the stuff that I have to call up. But if I had to name the songs, that would be an extra scene. And then I could do it on maybe 3 or 4 songs, but then sometimes I change the song last minute, go from one song to another, and then I wouldn't have the name. So, yeah. Steven, that's when you just call it progressive jazz. Brett, are you looking at what are you looking at? All the strawberries escaped? For in that cage. I think they ate all the strawberries. There's oranges over there. A lot of oranges. No? Can you see it? You can't see it. Yeah. There's a lot of fruit. There's a lot of vegetables. There's some big cucumbers and oranges, tomatoes. I think tomatoes. Maybe tomatoes. There's a bunch of stuff down there. Mom, hey Mom, and Jeannie, Aunt Thelma, cousin Janet, and Linda. Welcome. I'm in Southern California. Here you guys are under like serious rain watch there. All right. Still got to get that roof fixed. Kelly Kinsworth with the chickens and the roosters. Yep. There's 3 roosters down there. You're supposed to have 1. I don't know why there's 3, but there's supposed to be 1. It's a bunch of chickens. And the chickens have escaped, or they've been set free now, all to roam around. When it was just me watching the chickens, we couldn't have them roaming around. So it's Pamo Valley in Ramona. Pamo Valley Winery in Ramona. Barbara Brown. Hey, Barbara. Barbara's watching from Arizona. Stevie, you want to buy a farm in Argentina? Switching to you. Thank you. Great. I'm feeling good. Stephen, I have no idea how to take care of horses. I had when I lived in New Mexico. We had a couple of horses, and it was a big learning curve for me. Uruguay. Hi, Barb. Yes, it is. It's without messing it up. Without messing up the feed. And that's Del Mar, I believe, right over my head. There's the fair is going on, Del Mar Fairgrounds. It's a big fair, lots of bands and stuff going on. Ronnie Lee, I think, is playing there tomorrow night. So I'm playing tomorrow night as well, but I'm playing at my friend Randy Driscoll's at Jingle in June at Humphreys by the Bay. I think it starts at 6:30. She's playing. There's like 6 or 7 of us playing. I'm playing a set. Noah Hellman is playing drums, and Eric Boyd is playing bass. So I'm going to play a short set. I'm gonna get to play throughout the night with Randy as well, and maybe get to jam with Ronnie Lee as well. Art and Guitar 99. Hi Larry, do you have any tips for clarity when playing lead guitar with distortion high gain? You know, it might sound like high gain, and for most of my friends, it is high gain. But in the world of high gain, it's not high gain. What am I in? It's not really that much high gain. It's a Marshall 1987 X Plexi sound, and without the overdrive boost in it, that's the amount of gain. Yeah, let me turn this up. That's the amount of gain you have. I've definitely played with a lot more gain on in my 50-something years of playing guitar. So I don't know, and then I hit it with a boost. Jeannie, I will tell Randy you said hello. Steven says great things happen when the volume knob goes up and the gain knob goes down. Yeah. Brett, you said thanks Twitch. What is that? Oh, an almond almond birthday cake. Cool. Almond. Art and Guitar 99. Everything is digital. I'm using a modeler. It's the Fractal FM3. Oh, there he is, right there. And the Boss, the red bot pedal on your left is for looping and for the playing back the tracks. But that's it. I have analog rigs. In fact, I am definitely putting together when I get home the VP4, which is the effects version of the Fractal, and then the Tone King Royalist, which is the 3-tube preamp pedal with amp modeling, with IRs. Ronnie Lee's on. Hey Ronnie, I just was talking about you. Where are you? You're playing Ronnie and I are supposed to play tomorrow night, but you're also playing the fairgrounds, right? The Del Mar Fairgrounds. There he goes. There he is. You're playing the Del Mar Fairgrounds, Ronnie, right? Steven, you're rocking the same rig. The Tone King and Royalist and the VP4. VP4 is great for effects. I'm going to have to put something in front of it for it to drop the pitch down for a virtual capo. And I have the Boss SY, not SY, the pitch thing. I can't think of what it's called though. Oh, Ronnie, you're not playing the fair. You're just going. Okay. Sorry. All right. Yeah. You're playing tomorrow. Okay, you're playing tomorrow at the Humphreys back room for Randy's Jingle in June. All right. The Tech Drop is good one too. The other one I saw, I think it was Electro Harmonics has one, or More, Moore has one, and it's like I don't know if it's good though. Gotta check it out. It's a mini pedal size. Oh, family plans. Got it. Braxel says, you've been to the Orange County Fair in Costa Mesa. I have not. I'm playing in Costa Mesa next weekend. I'll be at the show, Total Hi-Fi Experience, on Saturday, the 27th of June. Yeah. So I have not been to the Orange County Fair. Stephen, the tracking on the Moore is pretty good, but not on the same level. Same level as the Digicheck Drop, same level as the Fractal, same level as the Eventide. And of course, if I wanted to go regular size pedal board, I would just stick the H90 in front and use that for compression sometimes, for virtual capo, for reverse delay. What? Shout. Yeah, for reverse delay. For synth, for all kinds of wacky stuff. Jeannie Thompson says hello. She's on Twitch, you're on YouTube. So you can't see each other, but. All right, it's getting a little chilly out here. Steven, you know, Eventide was the first one to do that stuff. All of it, all the dynamic, the diatonic pitch change. Actually, that was initiated by Mr. Vi, pushing them to do it. I remember those days well. Braxel, Orange County starts July. You're talking about Orange County in California or Orange County in Texas? Orange County, yeah. On July, I'll be back. I will be back in Bama, and then off to Australia. Jeannie Ronnie Lee says hello on YouTube. So I think that's it. Let's see, show-wise. So tomorrow night, I think it starts at 6 or 6:30 at Humphreys backstage. Randy's Jingle in June. I'm playing. Ronnie Lee's playing. There's quite a few other people playing. Steven, the H3000. Yeah, I had one for a minute. Yeah, stuff comes and goes. Trades. Orange County, California, where you're from. Okay, yeah, nice. And then Friday is a private event here. Saturday is the Pamo Valley Winery in Ramona. That's confusing because there is a Pomona, but it's Ramona, California. Opening for Wasabi and my friend Evo and his band, and then I'm gonna get to jam with them. That's right, Ronnie. The lead Tim Flannery's playing. Tim Flannery from the Giants, from the San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres. I'm playing a song with Tim. I got to remember to get on that, to work on that song. Let's see. And then next week is the Total Hi-Fi Experience show, and that's in Costa Mesa, California. I don't know the hotel, but wait, maybe I do have it. Show posters. Nope, I don't have it. Yeah, Brett, you know, you know what I wanted to show you guys? Remember when I had Mike Soldano on? Where's the picture? I had Mike Soldano on. I found a picture of my old rig from this is from, oh, there it is. This is from the Tracy Chapman tour. This is actually, this is 19, whoops, where'd it go? This is 1992, and this is in, I don't remember where it is, in Europe someplace. But remember I said I had the Soldano SP77. There it is. That is without the Mesa Boogie quad preamp. And there's the white guitar. So in that rack is a Samson wireless, the Cork tuner, the Furman, all the stuff you had to have back in the late 80s, early 90s. Vince would laugh. Vince has almost the same stuff. And that Hughes & Kettner Access digital preamp. It actually had tubes in it, but it was digital control. And the 2290 is out of this rack. It was in a separate rack because I was using mostly Rocktron effects, extra effects units. And then there is the Soldano, that's the purple one. I can't tell. Oh, and then there's the Bradshaw at the bottom and a Moss valve power amp. This was trying to make the rack lighter. Oh yeah, Vince. Vince used to have a rack like that. Braxel, yes, that's a Soldano preamp. The Soldano, the purple rack with the white knobs is the Soldano SP77. And Vince, I just mentioned you too. Vince, did you have an Eventide H3000? I had one for a minute. Yeah. So on the Squire tour the year before was I don't think it had the Rocktron stuff. It had a Mesa Boogie preamp. Soldano came in the middle of it. It had a Marshall preamp. It had the 2290 and an SPX 90. And some other stuff. TC chorus pedal. Defcon Clark, hey, what's up? Never had a giant rack for guitar. It didn't have a half stack and a few pedals. Yeah, I know, Vince. I remember seeing that in your studio. You have the Access preamp. It was pretty good preamp. And you know, I was on Thomas Blug's show, and he designed some of that Hughes & Kettner stuff. So it was funny. We were trying to figure out if we had met before, but in those days, and he designed the Tube Man preamp that I used to use. And in the history of Hughes & Kettner, we're in a book on the opposite pages of each other. Steven, you still can't find a purple slow pedal? You want the single or the double? I'll be looking. Stevie, you got the original Rockman. Vince, you may still have the IPS 33B by Digitech. Wow. Braxel, that is a Calzone. It's a same company. We're two companies, but yeah, it's an old school road case. That road case by itself, empty, was freaking heavy. Heavy. Okay. Double slow for the win. All right, Steven, I'll be looking. Defcon Clark, I'm not sure that you do. I think you could probably do the AM4 easily. I think you could do that. Yeah. Anyway, that's the old rack. Like I said, that was on the Tracy Chapman tour. On the Squire tour, the rack was slightly different. Yeah, Vince, we all switched to Moss valves because those other like the Boogie power amps were they 12 tubes. It cost $400 to retube that thing then, 30 years ago, almost 40 years ago, and it weighed like 50 pounds. Braxel, you still own Mark III. Nice. Mark III's are great. Garden Grove. Steve, you can get surprisingly good ethereal thing going with the Keeley Halo. Yeah, absolutely. Halo's great. All right, I think I'm going to play one more song and call it a night. I actually got started on time tonight. Usually I'm ready to hit the button and then something crazy happens. Today I was like, all right, everything's working. I'm gonna press go. So I pressed go and it worked. I have done that before, press go, and it just everything fell apart. Thank you, Twitch and DFW. Steven, Brett Kenyon has a good AM4 reverb patch that mirrors the Keeley reverb. Yeah, he also reminded me about doing the diffusion thing to get like the plex delay kind of thing too. Defcon Clark, I'm headed to Nashville July 20th. I'll be the 20th through the 23rd. I am teaching at Guitar Workshop Plus. And actually, it's in Lebanon, Tennessee. So outside of Nashville. But I think I'm going to do a show with Randy Driscoll on that Monday. And then I'll be in and around. Chapsy too. You were surprised I saw her in time. Great show. Yeah, I was surprised too because, like I said, I usually I'm either scrambling, and I was like, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late, and then something goes wrong. Now I'm 10, 15, 20, and then sometimes I'm like not scrambling, and I'm ready to go, and I hit go, and it just won't go. I forgot to do something, or the internet is not happening, and I think it feels like it might actually rain and stuff like that. I need to get this stuff inside. I'm gonna play a short song and call it a night. I'll play a short song. What's short? Uh-oh. Margaret. See if I can. right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Tuesday Night Live. Change to June 16th. 16th? No, 15th. 16th. It's the 16th. It's the 16th, yeah. All right. Hey, Stephen. Good night, Mason. Brett. Stuart Says. Felicia Harding. Jeannie Thompson. The Bond. Mark. Hey, Mark. Margaret. Japsy 2. All right, everyone. As always, when I give all my love and I've gone home, they'll say I was here and I put a little dent in fear and that I made someone smile. I hope I made you guys smile tonight. And stay safe, healthy, and happy. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Good night, Vince, Tom, Kay, Eileen.